This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCG code cards. They're compatible with TCG Live as well, and they literally have everything. Use the coupon code ZAPDOSTCG for 5% off on everything on the website. This video is also sponsored by CardsMarket.com. This is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can use the referral name ZAPDOSTCG when creating an account. Also, this video is sponsored by YourPlaymat.com, the best website to create your own unique custom playmat from scratch. They ship worldwide, and you can get 10% off by clicking the link down below. How cool is that? Last but not least, this video is sponsored by DragonShield.com, the best website to, of course, buy accessories. They have sleeves, they have binders, they literally have everything you want to start playing competitively. Or, if you're a collector, you can also get some fresh-looking clear fit sleeves. They have everything. Check the link down below, of course, the affiliated link, and you're going to be helping out the channel so much. Thanks for sticking around with the commercials, and I'll see you guys shortly. Peace. What's up YouTube, it's ZAPDOSTCG here, and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't ever miss a single upload. And if you like what you see, be sure to slap the hell out of the like button, helps out in many ways. Just this weekend we actually went to Liverpool, and you can check out that vlog. It is up on the channel, and it was super nice to see a lot of you people out there. I personally went 5-3-1, so I lost one too many rounds in a Mew mirror match, but it is what it is. We're gonna try and do better for the European internationals, which I actually managed to score a ticket for, which is nice. We're gonna be doing that next month. For today, we're gonna be talking about Astral Radiance, the set that comes out in May. We actually have a little bit of cards that we're gonna be checking out. We have Japanese cards. We have the translations by Tuan Brule, which is super nice. So as you can see here, we are gonna be, of course, checking out the Time Gazer / Space Juggler main set in Japan. Releases on April 8th, and we have a lot of cards that they actually revealed already, and these will be part of our Astral Radiance set. Astral Radiance does have 5 booster pack artworks. We have the Dialga, Palkia, there's Samurott, Typhlosion, and the Decidueye. They all are the Hisuian versions, so that's from the Legends of Arceus game, super nice. And there's, of course, the amazing looking ETB, the Darkrai Astral Radiance ETB, of course, containing a VSTAR token. Very fancy looking sleeves, even though they don't have the best quality available. They are still looking very fancy, and it's one of these ETBs that is going to be retaining its value throughout the year, so definitely get a hold of that when it comes out finally at the end of May. So we're going to be checking out some cards, shall we? So hopefully you guys are excited. If you are, you know what to do. Let me know in the comments what your favorite card is that you're going to be seeing today in this video. It helps out the YouTube algorithm, and let's just get this show on the road. We have a T-Vol here. It might not look very good, but in control list, this will be fantastic. If your opponent has 2 or less prize cards left, when the opponent plays a supporter card from their hand, prevent all effects of that card done to your bench Pokemon V. Okay. That means boss's orders can no longer threaten Pokemon Vs on the bench. So there might be some situation, something that we can come up with. Maybe something as a person like Sander Wojcik, of course, the master of control from the Netherlands, might be utilizing and checking out this card and saying like, oh, Zorwar can transform into T-Vol, and then if the opponent has 2 or less prize cards, all my bench V Pokemon cannot be gusted up by boss's orders. Very cool. Moving forward is a Togepi line. So Togepi, Togetic, and Togekiss all have abilities, and they are a resemblance of course, something like Shady Dealings that all have like abilities and something to work with each other. This team for the Togepi line is healing. Once during your turn, when you put this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may heal 10 damage. Like in theory, like very similar to Galarian Zigzagoon line in that theory. So if you slap down Togepi, poof, on the bench, you can heal 10 damage from your active Pokemon. So if you slap multiple of them down, this stacks. Togepi, 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 scoop up nets, let's go, let's heal, a healing party. We have Togetic as well. If you evolve Togepi into Togetic, you can heal 30 damage from your active Pokemon, but you can only heal from your active, so that's the downside of these fellas. But if you have a very tanky, let's say a Stonejourner VMAX with a big charm, or maybe even better, something like a Duraludon VMAX with a big charm, you could utilize these engines to just heal like crazy, not relying on item cards like potions or lucky ice pop, instead relying on just evolving the Togepi into Togetic. And if you evolve into Togekiss, eventually you can heal 90 from your active. Will this see play? Let's hope so. This is a one prize Pokemon that could help a huge VMAX out there. Next is grant a supporter. During this turn, your fighting types attacks deal 30 more damage to your opponent's active. Ooh. They're buffing some fighting power, so this is very similar to Leon, but during your turn, if this Grant card is in your discard pile, you may discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do, put this card from your discard pile back into your hand. Okay, so you can get it back if you want to. So this effect doesn't count towards the number of supporters you can use during your turn. So they especially put that onto this card, but you can get it back. You like slap 30 additional damage and you discard 2 cards from hand, you can get it back from the discard pile. So will it see play? Who knows? It also allows you to put cards back in your discard pile. I'm thinking something like Wormadam. You can just slap more damage, discard 2 of your Pokemon, and then get the card back, and next turn do it again. Have a lot of damage output for Wormadam. Next up is Lilligant VSTAR, but before we talk about any grass Pokemon, we need to talk about Gardenia's Vigor. It is actually the Grass Welder. Grass has always been such an underrated type in the Pokemon trading card game, and they finally give some love to grass types. I know still stuff like Magma's Basis is around, so we have to be careful if we're playing grass, but this is actually like Welder in that sense. You just draw 2 cards first, so if you don't have energies in hand, it's good. You can just draw 2 cards, it's like a hop or something, but a little bit less good. But then attach up to 2 grass energies from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. So the thematic here is that you can get grass energies in your hand onto your Pokemon. It doesn't specify any Pokemon, like not a grass Pokemon. You can just also put it on other Pokemon that need colorless energies as their attack cost. And also, it is only capable of doing that to the bench. Luckily there's Scoop Up Net, luckily there's Air Balloon, luckily there's Escape Rope, luckily there's Switch, luckily there's Bird Keeper. There's so many Switch effects out there that allow you to, of course, put a Pokemon on the bench that you want to attach energies to. So the Bird Keeper is a little bit less good, but the other examples that I've given are very good for that thematic to work out. So the cool thing is that if you don't have any grass energies in hand, you can still play this to draw 2 cards. So that's something I like. I don't like the fact that you have to put it on a bench Pokemon. I do love the fact that you can put it on any Pokemon. It doesn't have to be a grass Pokemon in theory. And also I love the fact that you draw the cards first and then you attach. That means if you only have 1 grass, you might draw yourself into another grass and actually accelerate 2 energies. So accelerating energies is good, drawing energies is good. This will definitely see play. It's gonna be the new Welder, so grass Pokemon will of course love this. Are there a lot of great grass Pokemon out there already? The thing I'm thinking about is like Dalmai's VMAX, what else? Definitely not Flapple VMAX, but there are some grass Pokemon that might utilize this, and definitely this one, the Hisuian Lilligant VSTAR with the Parallel Spin. For 2 grass and a colorless, you may put an energy attached to this Pokemon back into your hand. If you do, you slap 100 damage more, so in theory, you could be slapping 230 damage with this Pokemon, and you can get an energy back to the hand. Allow me to accelerate it to another Pokemon with the, of course, mentioned Gardenia's Vigor. Okay, pretty interesting card. It also has a VSTAR power. It's an ability. Search your deck for up to 5 grass Pokemon and grass energies in any combination. Yeah, extra consistency for grass. I don't know if this card especially will see play. It might see play because Darkrai VSTAR is weak to grass, so you can counter that. But on theory, slapping 230 damage, there's way better Pokemon that could do that. I'm a bigger fan of Arceus VSTAR in that sense, that is able to slap 210 with a Choice Belt. Of course, this is able to slap more. If you slap, of course, with a Choice Belt, you're going to be able to hit numbers to 260. It will eventually see play in decks because of the fact that Gardenia's Vigor is a very great card, but I'm not too convinced about the power level this has, because it's not like Mew VMAX with tablets and all that stuff that you can push you over the edge to get a one-hit KO. It requires 3 energies, so not too convinced yet about the Hisuian Lilligant VSTAR. Of course, you can pair it with Choice Belt to slap to 260, have some quick shooting going around, maybe Hisuian Lilligant VSTAR Inteleon, because Inteleon works with everything, right? Next is Hisuian Lilligant V, and attacks are back with colorless energy attacks. That means this fella can just draw cards until you have 6 in hand. Very great if you are, of course, having a dead hand. You're going to be utilizing this for 0 energies. So not too bad, I would say. This is a very great free attack that you could utilize. Next is Kricketune. Your grass Pokemon in play have 40 additional HP. Unfortunately, Lilligant VSTAR here only has 260, not in the terms of Arceus VSTAR territory, so we'll still get one-shotted very easily. So even with the Kricketune, you're not going to be helping anything out that drastically. Although having 40 additional HP could be nice on specific other Pokemon. I'm thinking about a Dhelmise VMAX with a Kricketune and a Big Charm could turn itself into quite the tanky advantage. And that could be something that we could try out. On top of that, you can also not stack this ability, so only one Swelling Melody ability at a time can be active at any given point in the game. So only 40 additional HP you can get. You cannot stack this. And now that I'm thinking about grass Pokemon, the Gardenia's Vigor could also help out Leafeon VMAX. But in that theory, I'm not too convinced that Leafeon VMAX even needs this. Maybe a one-off that you can search with Drizzle. The reason why it is not too impactful is that, of course, Leafeon has an ability to get energies onto itself in the first place. Next is an Orbeetle. When you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may attach up to 3 energy from your opponent's discard pile to their Pokemon in any way you like. The jamming attachment. This is the funny fact that I've ever seen one. Okay, when you play this from your hand, you may attach 3 energy from your opponent's discard pile to your Pokemon anywhere you like. This could be helping out decks that want to have more energies on the active to slap more damage yourself, or could be used in some sort of a control deck that if they want to get their energies back for whatever reason, you can put all those energies onto like support Pokemon that don't attack in the first place. I'm thinking about putting energies on a Crobat even though you're not playing Darkness energies yourself, so that could be interesting, right? Could be pretty cool. And it actually states, yeah, you may attach up to 3 energy, so it doesn't specify basic energy. So in theory, you could be stacking like double turbo energies onto Meloetas, like if there's a couple in the discard pile or whatever, it could be funky, right? Or onto Genesect to or maybe Muse to reduce your damage. I don't even know. There's capabilities with this weird stage 2 Pokemon. There's a Feather Ball, very weird scan, but it actually searches, yeah, for one Pokemon with 0 retreat cost. So that means you can search for Jolteon VMAX, you could be searching for Mew VMAX, Mew as well. What Pokemon do also have free retreats? Those are the cards I'm thinking about in the first place because these are in the meta game right now. Yeah, free retreat search, interesting. Moving forward is Kleavor VSTAR. We've talked about this a little bit. Acts break 120 damage and then also 60 damage to one of your opponent's benched V Pokemon. I would have loved if this was just an attack on just any Pokemon. This would allow you to KO Sobbles, etc. But it isn't. Only V Pokemon. But of course, with stuff like Telescopic Sight, it's pretty dangerous. You could be knocking out yeah, an Arceus V while slapping 90 damage on another V Pokemon on the bench. Could be pretty devastating. There's also the Rampaging Star. 30 damage for every Pokemon in your discard pile. So it's like the effect of the Wormadam, but just for one fighting energy. 30 damage for every Pokemon. So I say if you have 10 Pokemon in your discard pile, you can just slap for 300 for 1 energy. Pretty impactful attack. I don't know if it's going to be an inclusion in something like a Wormadam deck. Could be right. Could be nice to try it out though. It's a fighting type. Very good in the game as we've seen. Gengar is weak to fighting. Arceus is weak to fighting. Jolteon is weak to fighting. Eternatus is weak to fighting. Could keep going all day long, but a lot of things are weak to fighting it seems. And there's also this Kleavor V for 1 energy, 40 damage, and also 150. And discard an energy from this Pokemon if you do discard an energy from your opponent's active. Very similar to the attack of Centiskorch V back in the days. And now, a new VMAX Pokemon. Yeah, you thought you were done with the VMAXs, weren't you? They are still around. Here we have Machamp VMAX. So there's going to be a format with, of course, V-Stars and VMAXs. So we haven't seen the last of the VMAXs, even though we thought we saw the last of them in Brilliant Stars. Here's a Machamp VMAX Revenge Buster. If your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, 140 more damage. There's also a Stadium card coming out. If you slap something on the bench, it gets damage, just like the ways of the card that was being released in Double Crisis, the Team Magma Secret Base. Okay, so that's a pretty interesting attack, right? That's already 220 for only 2 energies. It's like Victini VMAX, but without needing the opponent to have a V Pokemon. Then you have the GMAX Juggernaut, 240 flat. That's all it is. That's all it is. And also we're getting that what was it? The tool card, actually the item card allowing you to have some sort of energy acceleration for fighting. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was also revealed for the Astral Radiance set. On top of Lucario VSTAR as well. Here's the Revenge Buster attack as well, but only slapping 100 if you have a damaged bench Pokemon with the Machamp V. Now is Bisharp, a new mechanic here. Coming along here, talking about that stadium, here is the Gabe Jaw block. Whenever a player puts a basic Pokemon from their hand onto their bench, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So who remembers the Gyarados Magikarp deck with the Team Magma secret base? And because that card was very, exclusive, I would say, because of the fact that it's only available in Double Crisis, it put up the price to that stadium card to $10, which was kind of hilarious. Probably not going to be the case because it's going to be in the set, but you just slap down that stadium, you slap down all of your pound yards, because it also has an attack that damages itself. Pretty impactful because of the fact, if you slap all of your pound yards down and they all have damage, look at this attack from the Bisharp. This attack does 30 more damage for each damage counter on all of your bench pound yards. A 1 price deck in the format. Okay, let's just calculate. We are going to be utilizing Zoroark as our main way to get the Bisharp into play, on top of having pound yards as well. Let's say we transform Zoroark into Bisharp, and then we're going to be utilizing that Retribution slash 30 damage plus 30 more for every damage counter on all of your bench pound yard. We get 2 damage counters on our pound yards, each damage counter. So that means that's already 60, 60, 60, 60. 240 with the base damage is 270 with a choice belt. 300 damage for 1 energy with the Bisharp. The problem is, of course, all your pound yards will, of course, have a lot of damage on there, and you're going to be entirely weak to sniping. Luckily, we have Manaphy in the format, so that is not a big issue. A 1 price deck that is utilizing 1 energy to attack. That's Malamar territory right there. Pretty cool. Energy Lodal is the item card they actually teased a little bit, but it's the card from Guardians Rising. Looking at the top 7 cards of your deck, and then you can find an energy you find there. So searching for the double turbo could help stuff like Arceus out to don't whiff their first turn attachment. You could be lowering down your energy count and playing energy lottos instead because they're insta playable. You can get rid of them with Ultra Ball. Pretty interesting. There was also in the past decks that only relied on 4 DCEs. Maybe that could be the way. Energy Lotto is going to be one of those cards. If you're playing a deck that only requires like 4 energies, at that time when something like a 20 energy rotates, decks that only have 4 double turbo energies could be the thing. We will still need to find a way to get them back. I know we have the Roseanne's backup or something, but that's not going to be the efficient way. Special charge in the format would be pretty devastating though. Moving forward, the Hisuian Sneasler Fee. Your opponent's active is poisoned for 0 energy, so you can utilize that. Just YOLO your poison. And then there's also the Fatal Claw. 80 damage for every special condition affecting your opponent's active Pokemon. So yeah, a little bit more damage than it's even less damage than Salazzle, but it's a basic Pokemon, and we have Dark Patch, and yeah, Butterfree Hisuian Sneasler V deck with Team Yellhorn, Butterfree, let's go. Okay, still think that Salazzle is better because it's a 1 price deck, but this guy has free retreat. You can search it out with that crazy, what was it? Feather Ball. Yeah, the Feather Ball could search this out. Free retreat. Moving forward, it's Rapidash. It's a ball card, you know. Even in the pre-release, you're not going to be utilizing it. Okay, there's a Beedrill V, not having free retreat, unfortunately. Flip 2 coins. This attack is 40 damage times the number of heads. And then the Swarming Sting. This attack does 50 damage times the number of Beedrill V you have in play to one of your opponent's Pokemon. I can see something working out with this. Unfortunately, Manaphy is around. So what happens here is like, you get all your Beedrills out with Quick Balls. Cool. You have 4 Beedrills in play. You can snipe 200 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Sniping 200 is scary. But with Manaphy around, you can only slap 200 to the active. I know we have Gardenia's shenanigans to just get the energies in play. That should be cool. But I don't know. As long as like this card gets good, some people will attack in like a Manaphy. And I wonder if there's going to be a Beedrill VMAX or something, or a VSTAR. Hisuian Electrode. Free attacks. Either you slap 50 for free energies, for 0 energies, or you just draw 3 cards. Then there's also the Hisuian Voltorb. You can use this attack only if you go second, and only if it's on your first turn. Choose up to 2 of your bench Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for basic energy and attach it to that Pokemon. Okay. The problem is, the opponent, if you see a deck like Hisuian Voltorb stuff working out for any deck whatsoever, the opponent will only say like, oh, you can only use it on going second. Well, you can go first. And then this card is doing absolutely nothing. There's Greedent. Yeah, dump it all. Discard your hand. If you discarded 5 or more cards this way, you can slap 210 damage instead. For a 20 energy, just dump in your hand. Bams. It's like Granville. Who? Yeah, we're gonna be seeing Greedent with, of course, the Bibarel engine. Slapping 210 damage. Maybe with some Chinchino in there as well, because sometimes you just draw until you have 5, but you will need to evolve and attach at the same time. But maybe you just research, draw everything, and then get your hand back to a reasonable hand size with Bibarel if need be. Well, interesting. Gonna be some sort of a meme deck because they're gonna be gusting up your Bibarel. Maybe you set up 2 Bibarels. 210, 1 prize Pokemon for just 1 attachment is good. I'm liking that. There's lots of like 1 price rogue-ish archetypes. There's a Shaman. You can use this deck only if you go second. Search your deck for 3 cards and put them in your hand. Bad. Marnie. You're gonna get Marnie instantly. Move 2 damage counters from each of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay. Move all the damage counters. Okay. 1 Pokemon you select and all the damage goes to it. Maybe with something, you can slide this into your crazy Bisharp list, and then, yeah, you can just all the damage at once going into 1 Pokemon attack. Yeah, interesting. Switch card. Switch your active basic Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, heal 30 damage from your Pokemon, you move to the bench. This is like a better switch, right? Switch your active base. Oh yeah, it only works for basic Pokemon. Okay, now that was the catch, right? It's like, this is better than switch until you read the smaller text on the card. Only reasonable for for basic Pokemon. Basic decks. Is there any deck that only utilizes basic Pokemon? We're in an evolution heavy format right now. Early game, I don't know. Will it be seeing a lot of play? Like, we'll have to figure it out. Hisuian Arcanine. Fighting type. If this Pokemon has any fire energy attached, you slap 160 instead. This is a bulk card, right? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, there's also a Hisuian Growlithe, cool art. Regigigas, the Ancient Knowledge. If you have Regirock, Regice, Regiseal, Regieleki, and Regidraco in play, Exodia. No, if you have all of these in play, turn you may, yeah, it states actually once in your turn you may attach up to 3 energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. So you also have the Regigigas slapping 300 damage against VMAX Pokemon. But against V-Stars, you're going to be doing absolutely nothing. Although you have a different amount of typings, right? Now, this is a Regirock. You can also move the energies from the discard pile to your Regirock. Regirock could be, and yeah, that switch card could be helping this deck out a little bit, I would say. So Regirock has the fighting type coverage. 140 is perfect numbers for stuff like Arceus V-Star. We have a Regice, allowing you to, if the fighting Pokemon is a V, it can't attack. Of course, they will utilize Switch, or Birdkeeper, or Escape Rope, or anything. Or just manually retreat and attack with something else. Next is a Registeel, 220, but 50 less damage for every energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. Okay, if you're... for every energy in your opponent's active retreat cost. Okay, so that means if the opponent has an average of 2 retreat costs, you slap 120. If the opponent has a 0 retreat cost, you slap the hell out of it. Next is Regieleki. Discard 2 lightning energy from this Pokemon. You can snap 120 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Then we have Regidraco. 1-0 in your turn. When this Pokemon is in the active slot, you may draw cards until you have 4 in the hand. It is not stackable. You can only use it once during a turn. So drawing cards until you have 4 on the basics seems pretty good. Will it overlap the fact that the other Regidraco is slapping more damage? Who knows? But this is some sort of a wacky Regi deck that you could be trying making out. But it's going to be very hard because how do you set this up? You need all of these Pokemon on your bench in order to accelerate energies. And as soon as like one of them gets knocked out, you can no longer accelerate energies. You will have to find another basic Pokemon. They are not able to fetch themselves with Rescue Stretcher. Actually, not Rescue Stretcher, Rescue Carrier. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a clunky deck, I would say. The Temple of Sinnoh. All special energies attached to Pokemon provide cardless energy and have no other effect. Wow, it's the Dusknoir from Vivid Voltage into a Stadium card. Slap this down. Single strike decks doing absolutely nothing anymore. Slap this down. Fusion energies. Meloetta is doing nothing anymore. Could be cool, right? Could be cool. The problem is that as soon as they have a counter Stadium, the opponent is in control, right? You could just play this on top of a Marnie or on top of the new Roseanne or what is it, Roxanne? Yeah, to just put the opponent to a low hand size and slap this down. It's a very strong stadium for sure. But the opponent can of course always overlap it. They could be playing Pumpkaboo, etc. As we've seen with like Path to the Peak, people could just easily find ways to deal with this. There's also Uxie, Maspert, and Azelf. And the Maspert has the ability, if you have both Azel and Uxie in play, all of your Pokemon have 0 weakness. We've seen this in the past. It's just too much bench space to rely on, but all of your Pokemon have no weakness. The problem is, you say like, yes, we finally found it. Mew VMAX no longer has a darkness weakness. But then you have to realize that you have to sacrifice 3 bench Pokemon to do it. Maybe something else. Maybe another deck could be getting rid of the weakness. There's the Weirder V. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from the bench and becomes your active Pokemon, you may move any number of energies. Oh yeah, you can absorb the energies. And then this attack does 40 damage times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon. Late game. Which deck has so many energies into play? I see a Flaffy deck. You can come with a Weirder V. What other deck? Like you can slap with Arceus. Weirder comes out of nowhere, absorbing all the energies. But it actually states any number of energies. Yeah, even special energies. Interesting. Cool card. I like this. This is like the Tapu Koko GX back in the day. Heatran V. A mediocre card. If you have a stadium card in play, 180. 180 is not too bad, I would say. Then there's also Heatran VMAX. VMAX is still here. It's looking a little bit derpy, I would say. Once during your turn, if you have a stadium in play, you may heal 50 from this Pokemon. It doesn't need to be the active, but you can just heal 50. If you can get a big charm onto this guy, healing 50, playing it with Togekiss, Togepi, Togetic, you can have yourself a very healable Heatran VMAX. Pretty cool. There's a Politoed. I like Politoed. It's been a while since I've seen one. If you have a Poliwag in play, this attack does 60 more damage. If you have a Poliwhirl in play, this attack does 90 more damage. If you have a Poliwrath in play, you can slap 120 more damage. For a double turbo or a twin energy, it's not gonna be enough. It's a stage 2. It takes too much time to set up. Yeah, there's also Poliwrath. Good slap down for weakness, but still not good. The Hisuian Heavy Ball. Look at your face down prize cards. All of them. Reveal a basic Pokemon you find there. Put the other cards. Put it in your hand. I put the Hisuian Ball in its place. If you don't reveal a card, put this card in the discard pile. Okay, then shuffle your face down prize cards. So you can just check your prize cards, but they have to shuffle again and just be placed again. So you can get stuff from the prize cards. Which deck am I taking off? Decks with a lot of one-offs, aka the Robin Schultz list. But no, more importantly, it's gonna be Durant. Durant will love a card like this to, of course, fetch the Durants straightly from the prize cards. Instead of relying on Peonion, it's gonna be going wrong, you're too slowed down. Here's an Eevee, Evolution Resonance. Once during your turn, when you evolved one of your Eevee by playing a Pokemon from your hand, you may search your deck for an evolution card that evolves from this Pokemon and put it on to this Pokemon to evolve it. Okay. If you evolve one Eevee, the other one evolves. This is a very good Eevee, by the way. There's a Leafeon, not good. There's a Glaceon. Prevent all damage by your opponent's evolution Pokemon. Huh. A lone Glaceon in the active slot, and it cannot get damaged by evolution Pokemon. This is a great attack. I would say this is a great attack because Glaceon, scoop up, you use the attack and you prevent all damage done to this Pokemon from evolution Pokemon. That seems like a lot of things, but the problem is there's still a lot of basics around there. I see Galarian Moltres, I see Meloetta. Yeah, what could be utilized against specific decks that only, they can still attack, all the V-Stars can still just knock you out, but could be some sort of way to control, I would say. We already seen our Origin Dialga VSTAR. I actually was on holiday during that period, could not make a video about it, we're doing it now. So Origin Dialga VSTAR, this attack does 40 damage for every metal energy attached to this Pokemon. How do we get metal energies onto this fella? Arceus? I don't know. We can utilize the Star Chronos, 220 freaking damage. We of course have Metal Saucers still around. Could be a way you can get them on. Moving forward is the, we could also Intrepid Sword and Bronzong away. There's a Origin Dialga V, attach up to 2 metal energy from the discard pile to this Pokemon. Okay, that's a way you can get them on. Pretty cool. So, and the V-Star has that power, right? Take another turn. So you slap 220 damage and it's back to your turn. It's like Yoga Loop, but more intensified You slap 220, it's back to your turn. Crazy, right? Because as soon as you have so many metal energies on this, you can just have a checkmate position. I like that. Powerful VSTAR attack. Origin Palkia VSTAR. Hyperspace Swirl. 60 damage. This attack does 20 more for every bench Pokemon in play. Every one of them. So it's like a buffed up Suicune V Blizzard Rondo. There's the Star Portal VSTAR power. You may use this ability during your turn. Attach up to 3 water energies from your discard pile to your water Pokemon in any way you like. Wow. You can get so much energies in play. Is it better than Frostmoth? Is it better than Frostlass? Is it better than Melanie? Who knows? But you can get water energies into play instantly. This could be great against Crushing Hammers. Like, Crushing Hammer, like, who cares? Let's go. Star Portal. Yeah. You just have to fill your bench and do a lot of stuff. You could also, this is a great way. I could see something working out with this. You go with the Origin Palkia VSTAR, you slap huge damage, you get damaged, you probably have a big charm, you survive the hit, Cheryl, and then you utilize the Star Portal to get the energies back. Yeah, that's the way I see this working out. Origin Palkia, search your deck for stadium cards, not good, but the attack just slaps a solid 200. Next is Adaman. In order to play this card, you must discard 2 metal energies from the hand. Search your deck for any 2 cards and put them in hand. Wow, double computer search? Where did we see that before? Yeah, that's right. Star Birth in a supporter. But you have to discard 2 metal energies. Well, it works out pretty well. You could use Adaman, discard metal energies and get 2 saucers, for example. There's a Irada. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. Search your deck for a water Pokemon, 1 item card, and reveal it. It's like Karina from back in the day. But for water Pokemon. You can get a water Pokemon and an item card. This is has been successful in the past, so I think it will be successful right now as well. Hisuian Decidueye, 30 damage for every damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon for 0 energies. It's a stage 2 though. The Rowlet and the Dartrix, just pretty interesting cards, not going to be too impactful. Hisuian Typhlosion, once during your turn, you may discard a psychic energy from your hand. If you do, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned and confused. Good to see that working out with the Hisuian Sneasler V. Yeah, but on the other hand, this is a stage 2 again. Stage 2s are just too slow in today's format. And even though they need to, like, if the stage 2 doesn't knock out an Arceus VSTAR by turn 2, it's just too slow, man. Moving forward, Hisuian Samurott. Once during your turn, you may discard a card from hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. This has seen play with Samurott, actually Swampert back in the days of Celestial Storm, if I'm not mistaken. Could be entirely wrong, but that's the set that comes to mind. Drawing 3 cards is good. This is like trade on steroids, right? Discard a card from hand, draw 3. If you get a lot of these out, you can just search for your rare candy. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. Hand control could be nice. 60 damage plus 20 more for every energy attached to your Pokemon in play. How do you get this off? Dark Patch? I don't know. Magnezone. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach any number of metal energies you find there to your Pokemon any way you like. Now that's the metal energy acceleration we need for the Origin Dialga VSTAR. Correct. There's a Rampardos with the Jurassic Hammer. If your opponent has 3 cards or less in their hand, this attack does nothing. So if they have if your opponent has 3 or less cards in the hand, that means if they lower their hand down, which they can do, because they have full control, they see the Cranidos from far away. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty weird. Although, I can see Zoroark transforming into Cranidos out of nowhere. Shazam! Boom! That's for 2 energies though. 2 energies, fighting type, Bastiodon. Your Pokemon take 30 less damage from your opponent's V's attacks. Not too convinced. But yeah, that's it. These are all the cards I wanted to talk with you guys about. What do you think about all these cards that are hopefully gonna be in the set, the Astral Radiance set? I'm very eagerly looking forward to that set because that's gonna shake up the meta once again. These are coming out on April 8th, and we get our set on the next month, May, and the end of May. So I probably think these will be also part of our set Astral Radiance. But yeah, if we just take a look at what they already had, so set list, Japanese sets, we of course had the Battle Region. These are all the Battle Region cards. And I think, yeah, we have seen a lot of these before. Yeah, the Battle Region main set lists doesn't seem too big. So we had the sparkling cards as well. Sparkling Heatran, the Hisuian cards. These are also going to be part of our Astral Radiance set. So it's going to be quite a big set. Also, these cards are something we've talked about before on the channel. So I'm very eagerly looking forward to that set. If you guys are, of course, enjoying the content that I put out today, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out the like button. Helps out in many ways. Subscribe for more content. Tomorrow we're checking out Robin Schill's winning list from Liverpool. And there's so much content to just check out. Of course, there's the regionals happening in Brazil as well, so on the 2nd of April. So many great things to take a look at, and the channel has been doing so well. I want to thank every single one of you guys that has watched the Liverpool vlog. It means so much to me that the support. I put a lot of time into it as well, so you're definitely going to be having a smile upon your face when you hear this is the first regionals in 2 years, and everybody's applauding, everybody's so happy. Check it out for sure. Also, go check out our sponsors, PotownStore.com, the best place for TCGO code cards. They're also compatible with TCG Live. Use the coupon code ZapdosTCG for 5% off. There's also Cards Market, which of course is for European players. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Use the referral name ZapdosTCG. There's also Dragon Shield, of course, the best place to get sleeves, deck boxes, and binders, etc. The best quality products for to protect your cards, by the way. And there's also, last but not least, yourplaymat.com to, of course, get a custom playmat made with 10% off right now. They ship worldwide, so start creating that fantastic playmat to start playing in real life. It's awesome. You have some uniqueness by your side. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG epicness. Peace!